Everybody take shelter.
Hey!
Boom!
I mean, we all know Jordan Love's got soft hands.
Lock in. Eagles suck. Oh, I got something to say about the Chiefs too.
And it is how spoiled Packers fans.
So many morons. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of SportsPoint brought to you by Pointer Studios. I am your host, Jacob Spoerl. Joined here to my left, Matteo Mescino, Brody Kupsky, and Liam Statz. Where's Alex Proctor? Or are you Alex Proctor?
You are Alex.
I'm part Alex Proctor.
You're part?
Aren't we all Alex Proctor though?
Yeah.
In a way,
collectively.
I'm the tooth that was on the ice, actually. That's the part of Alex Proctor that I am.
Come on, man.
Coming into the November season after a big and fun Halloween episode, we got a lot I want to discuss today. We all have a lot that we want to get off our chest.
All of us that we're gonna
No,
discuss
it's a lot about it's most. See, it sounds like I'm too self-centered. It is a lot about you guys, right? That you guys want to talk about today.
Yeah, of course.
I'm waiting for what you got to say about the Packers.
I have a lot. I've heard a lot of things on social media for the last couple of days, but we'll get into that in the football and the NFL segment. For right now, let's start it off with our crowning champion segment. I'll start it off repping Tyler Bass, the kicker for the Buffalo Bills. I'm wearing Josh Allen's shirt, my favorite non-Packer NFL player. I've said before, I'm a secondary Bills fan. I like the Bills. Tyler Bass just kicked a 61-yard game-winning field goal against the Dolphins to save his job. I don't know if you guys have known this, but he was drafted, I believe, in 2020. He was really solid.
He was drafted as a kicker?
Let me double check.
Either or drafted or signed, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he was really good for.
He was good for a couple of years, but he started to get a little washy last year and missed a field goal in the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs.
That was him?
Yeah, that was him. And he's missed a lot of kicks this year. He's been really inconsistent, and the Bills were actually bringing in guys this week.
He was drafted 188th overall.
Sixth round.
Yeah, but that's where.
But I mean, imagine like going in the 7th round.
But he's a kicker.
Yeah, right. But you get like a kicker gets drafted before you, and you go in the 7th round.
Either
I'd
way,
be like, oh, same
either
round.
way,
Put that in my
I
book.
picked him because it was an emotional victory for the Bills. Tyler Bass was really playing to save his job. The Bills organization brought in several kickers to compete this week. He kicked the game-winning field goal. Shout out to Tyler Bass. Matteo.
Yeah, so despite the Bucs' struggles, I decided to go with Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Because these past two games, he's been nuts. I mean, putting up 41-36. And that 41 coming against the Cavs, which we'll get into a little later.
My
That was,
gosh.
Yeah, a bit of a heartbreaker. But yeah, I mean, I love Dame. Not a Bucks fan, but I've loved Dame since the Blazers days. And yeah, I'm rooting for him. I like the Bucks, so I'm rooting for the Bucks as well. But yeah.
That's funny you say that because I have friends that are really big Bucks fans but are also Bulls fans, and I think that's just because they appreciate the game of basketball. They like Michael Jordan. They like the 90s era Bulls. But yeah, I respect that.
It's the same as Sox Brewers. There's no beef.
Yeah, for the
There's no beef with
folks
Sox
at home, Matteo is a Chicago sports fan.
Yeah.
Something that will
What made you say that? I mean,
I don't know.
something on his hat. Or in his head. I don't know what it is.
Crazy.
We'll probably get more into it later.
Hopefully not.
I know I'm going out of order on the script here. Let's go Brody. Let's just go in order of the row.
So I picked the Carolina Panthers. They finally won themselves a game with Bryce Young, beating the Saints 23-22.
Didn't the Saints fire their head coach like immediately?
Dennis Allen. Immediately
Dennis Allen
after.
got fired.
And who did the Panthers beat before that?
They beat the
Raiders.
And didn't the Raiders coach get fired too?
Well, just this
No.
past week. This past week, their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Luke Getsy got fired, their offensive coordinator.
Bears legend.
So
You know about
Please don't say that name.
Yeah, that I mean
But that's what I'm saying. I saw this thing online, and it was like both teams the Panthers have beat. You know, they've been changing like coaches.
yeah, because the Panthers are a bad team, and when you lose to a bad team, I mean, I'm not saying that is a direct result of somebody getting fired, but you know, the Giants happen to be playing the Panthers in Germany this week.
And you know what? That's punishment. That is
Yeah, that game
punishment.
that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
It's a bright spot for them in a season that was already terrible from the start. So,
Way
congrats
to go, Giants! You're the only New York team to kind of not pick up the slack, and everybody having a good season this season.
Yeah, Giants are. They have
Besides the Yankees.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the Yankees.
Yeah. All right, Liam, finish us off.
Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, who for the first time in 18 years since the award was introduced, are both in the NHL 3 Stars of the Week.
That's actually
Wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
Really?
crazy, right?
Dang. Since first time in 18 years, do you know who was awarded the others?
Okay,
The
well,
other
it's an
ones
NHL
awarded?
3 Stars of the Week going back 18 years. So you mean the only other guy?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
only paid attention to that.
That's all right.
Because it's Alex
That's all you need to know.
Ovechkin,
When it's a
who,
specific,
mark my words, will break the goal scoring record. It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen.
It's definitely possible. He's on a tear right now. Like, I was watching a few games that the Capitals were playing, and he's like in his old form. Like
Yeah, and he is old as
his slap shot is insane. It
Slap
just,
shot.
like he almost sets up for it every single time, and
Well, he
teams just
does
can't stop it.
because I don't know why they don't. It was Martin. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that last name from the Carolina Hurricanes.
There you go.
I almost
Different
said
Carolina
Panthers,
team.
that
I know.
would've
We
been
just
Martin
talked
Eckes.
about them. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone participating in the Crowning Champion segment. That'll move us on to the 3-point try campus roundup. Of course, brought to you by Point Brewery, the flavor of the month.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited? It's Point Premium
never had one.
I've
Kitty
never-
cocktail. Let's pass it around the
I've never
table.
been a part of this. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
The kitty cocktail flavor made with 100% real sugar. Point Premium Kitty Cocktail is handcrafted in small batches with the purest water, sweet maraschino cherries, ginger ale, and a splash of lemon lime. A true classic, nostalgic,
You gotta
delightful,
try. No, you gotta
and
try.
refreshing.
Oh.
Refreshing. Oh,
No.
come on.
No.
Pop her open. Want to give a little cheers for the first
Bro,
time?
you can't do it.
No. It's now. Yeah.
Okay, try it with the
No.
palm like this.
Liam, it's
Are you
fine.
guys still-
I got it. Don't worry.
He's got it.
It's
Wow.
fine, Liam.
I already had my first sip.
Liam, it's fine.
While you guys are figuring that out, I'll start us off.
I'm struggle bus over here.
The on-campus sport I will be covering is UWSP football. All of us here at Pointer Studios covered our last game for them because Pointers football they had their last home game of the season this
Why
past
did you
weekend.
start that like it sounded like we all got fired? All of us
Did
here
I?
at Pointer Studios, we covered.
Well, it
our
was the last.
home
It
game
was
for
the.
them.
It was our last game for football for this year because it was the final home game of the season.
You were
We
like-
did not get fired.
The last game till they let us go.
Yeah,
Should have specified that one, but yeah, the Pointers took on the 8th-ranked Platteville Pioneers.
It actually went down in the rankings since, by the way.
I just checked today and it didn't update, so I don't know if I was an
I
old.
think it was the NPI ones. They went.
Well,
down
when
a
we
little bit.
played them at the time, they were 8th ranked in the nation. We ended up losing 42-14, obviously a big loss. However, all of us there, it was close for a while.
It could have been.
It was close for a while. The Pioneers did jump out 21-0 halfway through the second quarter, but the Pointers gained momentum and scored 14 straight unanswered points, making it at one point a one-score game, which at that point in the game, I don't think anyone was kind of expecting. So that was pretty cool to see. Unfortunately, several mistakes and turnovers led the Pioneers to dominate the remainder of the game. Yeah, Pointers have 2 more games left at River Falls next weekend and the weekend after that to finish out the regular season at UW La Crosse. I am curious to see how the other teams in the WIAC do. Currently, there are 4 WIAC teams in the top 25, specifically 2 in the top 10, fighting for playoff contention. At the time when I wrote this, it was 8th-seeded Platteville, 9th-seeded Oshkosh, 20th-seeded La Crosse, and 21st-seeded River Falls. I'm sure that's changed a little bit. Oshkosh beating, they allowed Eau Claire, I think, to score 35 points or something like
Eau Claire
that.
scored a lot on them.
A lot on them, a bit concerning there for Oshkosh's defense. And like we were just saying with Platteville.
So according to D3 football, they're still 8 and 9 respectively.
See, I knew it.
But River Falls fell out of the rankings.
They fell out.
Yes.
Yeah, them
So,
and Whitewater, I didn't realize.
well, Whitewater fell like
A long time ago.
while
The last I checked,
Yeah.
I think this past weekend, they were ranked 46th.
Yeah,
Which is
they were-
crazy.
46. They received 46 votes.
Yeah,
for
they're they're receiving. They're the unofficial number 26 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And La Crosse goes down to number 20.
Obviously, we all want the Pointer football team to do well. It is true, though, that they only had 1 win this season. We'll see how they
And
can.
the season before that.
And the season before that.
And then 2 wins of the
the
2021
season before
season.
that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how and if whatever will happen and how they can rebound from it. But that's all I got for Pointer football.
Roll Dogs.
Liam, or Papa Hawks, as you're written on the
I
script.
still remember when Frankie was like, Liam, I've got a nickname for you, huh? He goes, Papa Hawks.
He was just trying to brand you.
It's just
Not like that.
If you go to our Instagram, right, the only comment on the short where that happened is my dad saying terrible. And that's it. That's the only comment on that short. It's the funniest thing ever.
That's really funny. We gotta find that.
First weekend of Pointer hockey in the books. Lost game 1 against Aurora 2-7.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Pretty bad game. Not a lot happened for us that game. That went really well.
I was personally watching it, and it was just, I don't know, just
Nothing
something. Aurora was just way ahead of us, and it was.
First
It's
game
all
of the
right,
season.
That's all right, Alex Proctor. We're here for you.
Yeah. First game of the season.
Yeah. It's
Growing
early.
pains, new lines, plenty to improve upon. And they did win in the second game, but we'll talk about the stats of this first one. Peyton Hart with his first goal of the season for the Pointers, his first officially as a Pointer. Andrew Poulias, also returning for his 5th season, scores the first goal of the season for him as well. They won the second game 2-1 in overtime. Josh German scores his first goal as a Pointer, brother of Tyler German. And then another goal from Andrew Poulias, this time in overtime.
Nice.
That all leads to the first home games of the season this weekend. Friday against St. John's, and then Saturday against St. Mary's.
All the Saints.
Friday against Bethel.
Is it Bethel? I thought it was St. Mary's.
Saturday
Yeah.
versus St. Mary's.
All right, we're going to have to cut all that then. I refuse to look like a fool.
No, that's staying in.
No.
Sorry, we're live.
Anyways, whatever Brody said.
We're live. No, I'm just kidding.
Saturday, St. Mary's. And then women's hockey, they were both swept against St. Olaf.
All the Saints.
Yeah, they were shut out in both of those games.
Dang.
So
Yes.
final,
All right.
final score 7-0.
Early on.
And Annie Beck and Emily Grieg both had they had 70 combined saves.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think 34 for Annie Beck first game, 26 for Emily Grieg the second one.
So we were there for the second game covering it for 90 FM, and it was just, I don't know. They got a lot of shots off, just could not find the back of the net. And credit to St. Olaf's
Emily Shankman.
Balin Shankman. Balin Shankman, the freshman goalie from St.
Balin Shankman. Freshman, she had her first that was her first NCAA collegiate game ever, and she had a shutout. And then 2 other, I think it was Emily Lemire with her first collegiate goal, and then Nora McConnell with her first collegiate goal as well.
And then they both proceeded to also get penalties in that game.
And, like they scored and then immediately got a penalty. It was the funniest thing to watch.
And something about St. Olaf, they've had a ton of healthy scratches on their
They had
bench.
Really?
So they had a full 22 lady roster, right? 10 healthy scratches that were like above.
They're
the press
like they're
box. It
on the
was
bench
crazy.
cheering them on during warm-ups. It was insane. They were like the loudest on the ice.
Now you compare that to Point, who doesn't have enough players to even fill out a full 22 person roster. You know.
Man.
Yeah.
He's laughing too.
Yeah. Well.
You know, they might have more players, but we have more heart.
Hey,
At the end of the
okay.
day.
Do we?
This is Alex Proctor.
At the end of the day, what matters more?
That's
Probably players.
Quality over quantity.
But our players are. Anyways, I think that's all I've got to say about hockey.
Good. Cut him off. All right, Brody. I'm just kidding. Brody, you're next.
So I covered cross country again because they just had the WIAC championships.
Reese
last
Kupsky
Saturday.
mentioned.
Reese Kupsky was
There it
there.
is.
So starting with men's cross country. So like I said, the WIAC championships were last Saturday. I believe heading into this, the men's team was ranked 25th in the nation for D3 men's almost said hockey. D3 men's cross country.
There you
Men's team finished 5th out of 8 teams. They were led by sophomore Logan Murphy, who's kind of been their leader this entire season, who finished 15th in the race with a time of 24:34.1.
Wow.
Lacrosse ended up winning the WIAC men's championship.
Boo. I'm just kidding.
good for them. They had a great program there, so
Oh.
congrats.
No, don't give lacrosse anything. I hate them.
Eagles suck.
Me
That was
too.
really loud. Sorry.
Women's team also competed at the WIAC championships. They finished 8th out of 8 teams. Freshman Brooke,
Out of how many teams?
8 teams.
You know what? They were all probably
18
pretty good.
The 8
so
teams in the WIAC.
It's all right.
Freshman Brooklyn Hoff led the women's team with a time of 23:09.2.
Nice.
Finished 43rd. Senior Rachel Krause was bestowed the Judy Kruckman
I
Scholar
like that word,
Athlete.
bestowed.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Scholar Athlete award at the post-race awards ceremony. Lacrosse also ended up winning the women's championship as well. So, I mean, they just kind of swept the entire weekend.
Boo!
But both teams competed.
All right, pal. All right.
I'm just kidding.
All right,
man.
pal.
What's your association with lacrosse?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
What, Liam?
Liam is, yeah, I was talking to Liam.
They don't have a hockey team. So
They don't have a hockey team.
Yeah, wouldn't that make you more mad at them then?
Yes, I'm mad at lacrosse.
Oh, okay, good.
So both teams are competing at the NCAA North Regional on November 16th, so a couple weekends from now, at Carleton College in Northfield, Minnesota. And then after that, I think would be national championships are coming up like the week after or something, or a couple weeks after. So that's all I have for cross country.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Brody.
Tell you, what are you laughing about over there?
What do you mean? What's up?
Let Matteo do his segment, Liam.
First time on, you're making fun of.
Yeah,
Come
go-
on.
What?
Yeah, go-
I
go
mean,
ahead, hold me
what do you
back.
make
All
fun of
right.
who? This
Hold
is
me
back.
Alex.
Hey,
Whoa, hey,
watch yourself.
whoa.
Hey, this is gonna be
Alright.
this is gonna be a rant type episode. So this all this is doing is revving me up. So all right, Matteo.
Yeah. So I had women's
Alex
volleyball.
Proctor.
So, Alex.
Oh, yes.
Matteo Proctor.
The sun. The sun.
Sure.
So, all right, I had women's volleyball where they traveled to River Falls and swept them to advance to 18-9 after the River Falls game. This took place on Wednesday, October 30th, where Ashley Kopp led with 15 kills and had 1 ace. And
Nice.
Zoe Kramer had a season high of 8 kills and 3 blocks, where Carly Tomka matched that with also having 8 kills and 3 blocks. So after that, they swept the University of Chicago here at home, and that was on senior night on Saturday, November 2nd.
Heck yeah.
Ashley Kopp again led with 15 kills, 2 aces, and 2 blocks.
Do you know what she's up to in kills?
This
I think
season?
it's 500. It's pretty darn
I
close
think
to
she's
it.
really close.
She's
to
really close. I know Grace Pachelski's almost close to 1,000 assists this season, which is insane. I know she was at, when I covered the game on Saturday, she had, I got to look at my phone because I actually wrote this down. It was
Wait for the stat
954 as of Saturday. And then I think she had 20-something, 27 during the game. So
Wow.
she's got to be up to, I don't know, like, if math is serving me correctly, like 980 something.
She is
For UW.
20 kills away. So she needs 20 in this game, this upcoming game, in order to finish
go.
over at 500 for the 4th time in her career.
983 she's at, actually.
Speaking of that game, what's the next game, Matteo?
Oh, well, hold on.
What a
Oh,
transition.
hold on, not there, not yet.
Let me shout out
Shoot.
Grace Michalski,
There
who
you
led
go.
with 29 assists and just missing a double-double with 9 digs.
She had a
So,
good game.
now getting to that.
There we
They
go.
travel to Platteville on Saturday, November 9th for the end of the regular season.
November 8th.
November,
Friday, November 8th.
Oh,
Don't worry.
It's all right. He's the stat.
thank you, Mr. Brody Statz. No, that's not Statz. That's Liam Statz. All right.
Oh no!
Listen, man,
We're getting off the rails
we have to get all this
We're,
out.
we're getting
all
off the
right? We have
rails
to get
already,
all
and
this out
I'm
before
about
what
to have an
happens.
unscripted segment. Okay.
All right, then the WIAC tournament starts on Thursday, November 14th, where we are hosting in the Berg Gym starting at 7 p.m. And currently they sit second in the WIAC rankings with an overall record of 19-9, just trailing Oshkosh, who are currently 24-4, and also on an 11-game win streak.
Barely beating us at the Pack the House.
Yeah, so what'll happen is even if we win and Oshkosh loses, we'll have the same record in the WIAC, which unfortunately means that due to the head-to-head, Oshkosh will still come out with the number 1 seed.
So
But we still get playoff seeding.
Yeah, we still,
Yeah,
we still
we're-
get number 2, which will
Yeah.
still get us a first-round bye. It's just we won't win the regular season, and I wanted to do
Yeah.
that because I hate Oshkosh.
So we'd either play the winner of, it would be the winner of
All the
South
ops!
and Whitewater, and otherwise that would be next Thursday, like Matteo said. Not sure if I think 90 FM. You said you might be covering, so
Possibly.
Hey.
Yeah, so it's a possibility.
so definitely go out and support. I'll be going.
Roll dogs.
Yeah, roll dogs indeed.
Roll dogs.
Dogs are rolling.
All right,
All right,
everybody take shelter.
Okay, so we're
Alright,
gonna
timer.
move on here to the NFL segment. I don't have to start it off with the off-script rant.
I want to hear it.
Off-script rant. Okay.
I wanna hear it.
It's not like anything impressive. I just have a lot of thoughts. So All right, fine. We'll just get right into it.
Stopwatch. 3, 2, 1, go.
So for those of you that don't know, because nobody else is going to know, I got surprise tickets to go see the Packers play in Lambeau this past weekend
During the Platteville game, by the way.
against the Detroit Lions. Platteville football.
Yeah, you got the text there.
Remember you got it?
Oh, that's when I got,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
when I got the tickets. The game was the following day. It was a big game. We covered it last week talking about, it was America's Game of the Week, whatever, all these things. Jordan Love possibly coming back from injury. He did play. It was a very sloppy game, and we did lose. I believe it was 24-14. Don't you dare laugh.
I wouldn't.
All right, no, you know
wouldn't
what?
laugh? Set him up.
All right.
Set him up. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into it because I have heard so much talk online and people are focusing on the wrong things. A lot of Packers fans, the number one thing I have seen is either bench Jordan Love or Jordan Love isn't the solution. And I'm here to say there are so many other problems and I was rewatching that game, obviously.
Why did you rewatch it?
Huh?
Why did you
No, I said,
rewatch
were
it?
you watching that game?
Oh.
Because yes, it was a very sloppy football game. We were playing in the rain. I got drenched in it, I know. But look, the amount of penalties we've had, the amount of mistakes, dropping ball. No one, and I mean nobody I have seen talking about the dropped passes. Dontavian Wicks, bro.
Dontavian Wicks has like 43 targets and only like 16 catches.
People forget there was at a point in this season where the Green Bay Packers were the number one team with the most drops in the NFL. I get it. Jordan Love is making those mistakes.
God.
But if you just... I'm sorry.
No.
You got to focus on all the things. You can't focus on one part if the team isn't doing well and then just be like, oh, then there's none of this other stuff going on. The fact that somebody gets ejected, flips off the crowd, gets an extra 15 yards, right away we get a false start penalty. Lock in. You have an opportunity to win the football game. Do what you do. Do what you need to do that's necessary to do that. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. So obviously, it sounds like I'm overreacting. I just needed to get that off my chest because I've seen so many morons just say like, "Oh my gosh, Jordan, time to have a talk about Jordan Love." Jordan Love isn't the one sitting in the backfield and slightly leaning back and getting us false off. Jeez.
Okay.
So Matteo just kind of had like his eyes glazed
Okay,
over and he
this
just had
is-
the dead stare.
So,
There's
by the
more
way,
I have to say, but that's just the big part of it.
that was a great rant, I will say.
He's about to
That-
say
Sorry,
something
Will.
That is
He's
something.
about to say something that's gonna make him even more mad.
No. I actually enjoyed his rant because there was something in his rant that set me off, and it is how spoiled Packers fans are. You guys get back-to-back Hall of Famers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback. So now Jordan Love comes in, expectations through the roof for
Yes.
all Packers fans, right? So
We
he
agree, I
comes
think,
out.
right now.
I thought he was gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna suck as when he first started playing for the Packers, he wasn't that good, right?
Yeah, he struggled.
Everyone can agree on that.
First couple games he was pretty good, but then he started to dip
then he
down.
struggled.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
And then second half last year, he really found it, became
Mm-hmm.
a stud. I was even backing him up to all my Bears friends, which really sucked. I hated doing, but they were delusional, saying he
It's-
There
wasn't.
you
It's the
go.
love of
At
the
least
game.
he's
It's the love of
honest.
the game.
We have an
So-
honest Chicago sports fan. at least.
So when I hear bench Jordan Love, for what? I get it. Oh, can he not
Give me a
have?
high five.
Exactly.
Can he not have a bad game? Like
Exactly.
that's the problem with
Also, I
Packers
think
fans.
everybody forgets that the Lions are like almost the best
No,
team.
not
are the
almost.
best.
They
in the
are the
NFC.
best team.
Yeah.
So let's stop ignoring it. Oh, the Chiefs are 7-0. I got something to say about the Chiefs
Well,
too.
they're
8-0
8-0
now.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
Well, here's the thing though: when the Packers have a somewhat bad game or
They freak
had
out.
one bad
they
season,
say blow it all up.
they say, "I'm done being a Packers fan."
Exactly.
Oh my! You have
They
no idea.
say blow it all up. It's all
And
done.
they're
Trade
serious.
everybody.
They're serious.
It does
They
hurt.
say this.
It does, dude.
It does hurt.
I'm like the number one thing that I've talked to. Like I have buddies who are Vikings fans and buddies who are Bears fans. The one thing they say is that Packers fans are some of the most spoiled ever. Exactly like you said.
There are-
And I have
yes.
to agree because it's exactly the point of. I mean. Sure, maybe he didn't have a great game, but it doesn't mean that all of a sudden
He was
he's
also
terrible.
he was injured too.
He was
He's
injured.
playing hurt
He was
against a
playing
good
in
Lions
the-
team.
He was playing injured and hurt
In the rain.
in the rain against the Lions,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
the
And
best
it was
team in the
raining, yeah.
NFC.
So
like,
I think the point of this is Packers fans who are saying to bench Jordan Love, Malik Willis is in the future. We got to realize he's young. He's not the only issue.
And also, Malik Willis is 3-0 against bad teams.
Bad teams!
Just so we're clear.
Bad teams!
Like, Malik Willis is 3-0 against the AFC South.
And he's a good backup. Let's not get
But
that straight.
He's 3-0 against the AFC South.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I can't believe people are saying
People
that.
are
It's
overreacting
ridiculous.
so hard, and it's so nuts because I watched that game and the amount, like, nobody is talking about the drops. Nobody is talking about
Tom
the
Grassi did. We gotta
Hey,
give
shout
credit.
out Tom Grassi.
Tom Grassi did, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, another thing too is like no one has talked about like even benching Wicks, which I get it. Like we have other receivers though that can get other opportunities.
Well, yeah.
Malik Heath.
Paul Melton.
Bo Melton's like on
there.
special teams.
Yeah,
he's
there.
mostly a special teams
And
guy.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we're
Gets a
going back
few-
to that point, yeah, Dattavian Wicks leads, I think, the Packers in drops right now.
Yeah.
Like what
Oh,
Brody
by
said.
far.
easily.
Yeah.
He's dropped several touchdowns this season, and I get it. Like you're gonna make mistakes.
The one
He's
that
a young player
surprised
too.
me was
And
the
I'm not
Tucker
saying to give
Kraft
up on him.
drops, though.
Tucker
The
Kraft
Tucker
dropped
Kraft
that.
That's what I'm
drops
saying.
were
We
crazy.
we didn't play like we were locked in. It was an all-team thing. Our pass rush is still bad. Like everyone's focusing on one thing when there's a
Shout
lot
out
of different
Preston
elements.
Yeah, I think a lot of it had to do with the rain. I mean, we all know Jordan Love's got soft hands. So
I'm gonna throw a shoe at you soon, just so you know.
Hey, Caleb Williams still played bad, but
Caleb
he's got a bad
Williams,
outline. He's got
Did they win? I didn't pay attention.
No, they got killed. They got
They
killed.
have their own problems
What
right
did you
now.
say? The night before, the night before I went to the Packer game, he was like, "Yeah, the Bears, we could go either way. I think we'll win."
They have their own problems right now.
Let's check the
No,
score of the
hold on.
Bears.
DJ Moore.
It's okay.
Bears.
DJ Moore.
Man, like I want to love the guy,
Did
but he's
you
making
score-
it tough.
Did you score any touchdowns?
No,
You said what happened?
no.
You score any touchdowns?
All field goals.
What?
I think
What'd you say?
a touchdown.
He's unfamiliar with the
you know,
word.
where you
He
carry
kicked
the ball.
You said a field goal?
You know, a touchdown where you carry the ball across the end zone.
Oh, like how you score on special teams? No, we didn't do that. What do you mean? Like a touchdown is in like offense?
Yes.
An offensive touchdown?
Yeah.
What is that?
Crazy talk, dude.
So I've never seen that before in my life. The fact that the Cardinals, it was the
Hey,
Cardinals.
the Cardinals aren't bad, but
Holy-
that, yeah.
holy-
Credit to them, they're having a good
defense.
season.
Yeah,
the
they-
Bears are going to be the first NFC North team to go under 500.
We'll see.
We'll be close.
All right.
We do have a tough schedule.
I think that's the end of my rant. I was upset too.
Stop at 7.5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, 7.5.
Okay, because a part of that rant was going to be about the Chiefs, but I don't really need to get into it.
No, I want to see that. You told me that you were going to do today. You got to give me the pass block. You got to do it.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Sorry to make this episode longer.
Did you bring your flag?
No, I didn't. I didn't have time to go back.
The
Anyway.
heck, dude.
Anyways, really quickly, Juwan Taylor. Okay, so the Chiefs won in overtime last night.
Shouldn't have
which
happened.
shouldn't have even gotten there. Todd Bowles should have gone for 2. I don't care if it's aggressive. You know the Chiefs are clutching OT. You should have gone for 2. Anyways, it went into overtime. Chiefs got the ball, but on the second to last play before they won the game, Juwan Taylor, their right tackle, who does it all the time, jumps off. He false starts. He
Every
false starts
single
every
time.
play.
Every single
time.
Hold on. Get the shot. Okay. Okay. Can someone give me a set hot.
Right. 210. Set. Hot.
Let's jump there too. So like at that time, if you can hear me on the mic, that right when he gives the cadence to go, that's when you step. Give it on 1. Give me like a set hot.
Set. Hot. Like he just moves. He moves every
don't-
time.
That's what you call it.
He moves every single time.
But he doesn't even do the jump and then set. And the second he goes, he's
He
gone.
just
just
starts
goes.
going.
Yeah.
He's so early, and the reason why that's a disadvantage for people that don't know is because that gives you time
It's a
to get into
penalty.
your pass set. And
And it's also a penalty, and they don't call it.
nope, they don't call it.
Did you play O-line?
Yeah, I did.
That was really good, man.
Was it actually? I did play left tackle, but I didn't.
Oh,
It's a good pass
also,
drop.
just to make you a little less upset, because I know you're pretty upset right
Yeah,
now.
sorry.
Taylor Swift was there. How about that? Taylor Swift.
All right, let's wrap up the rant. The rant part of it. Obviously, I'm upset, but I'm not. I don't want to overreact too much because I mean the Packers right now. Let's look at the positives. We are 6-3.
And everyone's upset. I hate the Packers.
They're 6-3. We're on the bye week. Everybody's getting healthy. A lot of people got to realize too, like our biggest needs. I have them listed right here. I think our number one thing we need to focus on, and I have it listed as 2, but it's 1, is eliminate the stupid mistakes, the penalties, other mental mistakes like hero ball turnovers by Love, but also the inexcusable drops. Another thing, too, is our pass rush has been really disappointing, and we'll get into the trades in a second. Obviously, we just lost pass rusher Preston Smith in a trade. But, I mean, we have...
trade. We kind of traded him away for like a ham sandwich and called it good.
Bag of chips at best.
Bag of chips. Yeah, I know. We'll get into that really quick. But, yeah.
It's like a late 7th round, too.
Yeah.
It's not even a good one.
I know. Give Enigbari, Mosby, and Devontae Wyatt more reps. Even, Brent
Lucas Van Ness, bro.
Devontae Wyatt just coming off an injury. So
Yeah.
I get why they're limiting him a little bit, but their pass rush has to improve.
Yep.
Give Van Ness a couple more snaps.
It gives time to get Jair and Evan Williams healthy because we need them in big games. Our secondaries really miss them. It might be a controversial take, but also this is another thing of why we lost is Josh Myers needs to stay at center. I know
Josh Myers was hurt.
Yeah,
so.
I know. But when Elton Jenkins played, I know it was in the rain, but there was a couple of miscues on the snaps and such, and I get it. Josh Myers has been not a fan favorite for Packers fans, but he is the number one. He is our starting center for a reason. He's got the best connection with Jordan Love. He is the most efficient center that we have. So I trust him there at that spot the most, and I think we just got to trust the team to play free and get a hot hand at the right time because I'm finding that we're having the issues that we have at this point in the season. We don't need it at the end of the season where we're trying to get hot into the playoffs. And as for Bears fans, I'd be kind of happy, not happy, but the fact that you have issues right now instead of later, I think that's
Yeah, I mean, I knew issues would happen. Every Bears fan did. We didn't think it'd be to this extent, at least, but I mean, I don't know.
constant cycle of pain, it sounds like.
I will say, you want me to rant?
No.
I will say it. My favorite plays of watching the Packers are when Jordan Love just says like, "Screw it, a defender's 10 yards in front of me. I'm just gonna throw it right at him off my back foot." Yeah. Those are fun to watch. I enjoy it
Well,
personally.
you mean like the 2 times when it was intercepted and we immediately run in for pick 6?
Oh, he likes making mistakes.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Hey,
just a troll, man.
Hey, what
happened?
Do you know what a touchdown
let's move
is?
on to the next segment.
So really quickly, this was the NFL trade deadline today. A lot of players were moved around.
What did the Packers do? Nothing? Sounds good.
Well, let's get into the bigger ones. I have a bunch listed here, but the big, more notable ones, this was a bit of a quieter trade deadline type week, but we've already talked about Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper. We talked about those guys, but yeah, Zadarius Smith, former Packer and Viking, being traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Detroit Lions. The Lions needed edge help, the one part of their team that was kind of weak, and now they strengthened that.
With Zadarius Smith weaseling his way back into the NFC North.
Yeah, of course. He's like I can't.
It's like a what?
He's like what now?
He's like
a guy you can't get rid of.
Yes. Another player, corner, defensive back, Marshawn Lattimore, veteran, traded from the New Orleans Saints to the Commies, the Washington Commanders. That's a big one. What?
Traded to the Commies.
Yeah. No, that's a big one for
I'm
sure.
honestly happy for them. I'm glad they're playing well.
Yeah, and wide receiver Mike Williams from the Jets to the Steelers. Speaking of the Steelers, they also...
Well, he was a longtime Saint, wasn't he, Marshawn Lattimore?
Yeah.
Like, he was
Yeah.
drafted by them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like what, 2017?
Yeah. He's been
It
there
was
a
a long
while.
time.
But yes, as we mentioned, edge rusher and veteran old man Preston Smith traded from the Green Bay Packers to the Pittsburgh Steelers
Old man,
for a
that's
7th round pick. I wish we got a little bit more out of that trade. More like a 5th or a 4th rounder.
But we got him for some chips. That was
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
Some chips
he
in
was
the
taking
Diet
up
Coke.
some cap.
He
though.
was taking
Well,
up cap.
man.
I think going into this next season, he would have cost us about $14 million in cap, and we're trying to invest in the future. So that wasn't a bad move itself. I just wish we got a little bit more. I'll miss Preston Smith for what he did in Green Bay, but there's no denying that he was getting older and not
Right
nearly as
up
efficient.
until the deadline, I was really hoping I was going to see Browns-Packers. I was really hoping it was
Oh
gonna
my
be
gosh,
Greg
if I
Newsome.
got Myles Garrett, I don't think I'd be here in this.
Greg Newsome was a big name thrown around. And
Yeah,
I
Jaden
don't-
Reed reposted him, post of Greg Newsome on his Instagram story today. That kind of got me. Are we getting Greg Newsome?
Yeah, we
I do
That
think
would've been nuts.
I am on the opinion. I do think he's a little bit overrated, but that still would have been a nice depth piece. Definitely a nice depth.
Well, especially because our
Depth
line
piece
is
to our
just
secondary.
not the greatest right now.
All right, really quick, let's try to wrap this up because I know we've been talking about it for a while. But let's get into the primetime picks. Obviously, Alex is not here. He fell to 2-3. Of course, the Jets.
The Jets, baby.
Dude, of course the Jets win the time Alex picks against them. But Brody and Liam, you guys advanced to 4-0. Matteo, you're going to take the role of Alex Proctor today.
Okay.
Starting off, Thursday night football pick. It's a AFC North divisional matchup between the Bengals at the Ravens. Who are you picking to win it?
See, the easy answer, I feel like, is the Ravens. But you think...
Put
Give me
on
the
black-
Bengals, man. Give me the Bengals.
Oh!
I'm going against Lamar, and who's going to win the MVP. I think it's a divisional game. They're
Lamar
gonna play
looks
well.
great.
Lamar
this year.
didn't practice, I think, either today or sometime this week. He didn't practice.
Yeah, he also didn't practice a couple days last week and ended up playing and played great against.
It was the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
He's going to win MVP.
I believe so. He's played great. All right, that'll take us to Sunday Night Football. Brody, your pick. It's Liam's Lions at
Yeah,
the
Detroit Lions, bro. Let's go.
It's Lions at Texans.
If I
Brody.
did own a football team, it would be called the Lions, by the way. Just a second. Like, if I bought the Detroit Lions, instantly to the
They
Lions.
lose every
Oh,
time.
and
Doesn't matter. 0-7.
17.
Detroit Lions.
For me, in this pick, it's screaming Lions right now.
No.
Okay.
Just because
Do
the Texans, I mean, after
Just
last
lost
week,
to the Jets.
yeah, after last week, they lost to the Jets, and
Yeah,
they
Texans kinda
they
falling
don't
apart.
look as well as they did last season.
No.
CJ Stroud has kind of fallen off. He's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
It's
I
Jaden
love-
Daniels' time
I
now.
love
It's
CJ
Jaden
Stroud.
Daniels' time
I don't
now.
think. No.
I love
He's-
CJ Stroud,
no.
but he's been awful for
No.
me this year.
No,
His offensive line
shush,
is
you
awful.
Shush,
It's
you shush,
bad.
You shush. You let him have his take.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, have your
I don't
take.
interrupt
Yeah,
you,
Yeah.
Jacob.
It's a bad take.
It's this table versus that table right now.
a bad take.
It's a feud, bro.
And the Lions,
Hold it back.
the Lions after last
You
week
guys
being
need
the
to stop
Packers,
interrupting.
and they finally just got Jameson Williams back, so they have another offensive threat.
Yes, they do.
And they just got a pass rusher in Zadarius Smith
Yeah.
to help their defense. They should, on paper, win this game. Plus,
On paper.
they're not. They haven't played it in outside games except for last week.
Is your phone background Ted? Sorry.
All right. Just out of nowhere.
What?
In the middle of
Lions
us
are
doing
gonna
stuff.
win.
Just
Lions will win, guys.
All right, let's wrap this up. Monday Night Football.
Rams.
Dolphins at Rams.
Oh.
You said Rams? I'm not even gonna ask. Let's go on to the
Wait,
MLB.
before we do that, sorry. I want to propose a bet.
Oh no!
It's my time on the
Oh
show.
no!
It might be my last time on the show. I wanna
Dear
propose a
Mateo.
bet.
Do tell. Yes.
Who would be willing to this? What is it? Week 11. Bears play Packers.
Yeah, it's a couple weeks from now.
Bears win. One of you wears a Bears jersey. Packers win. I wear a Packers jersey. The whole day. We'll do all of Tuesday. So then.
Oh no! Okay,
So-
actually, yeah. All right.
All of Tuesday. So then by the time we get here.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
it first.
Are you in?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm taking that bet.
So
Packers
you
are
know,
winning.
this is a lot on the line for me. This is a big reputation. For me. If I walk around,
He
and
lives in a house
everybody
of-
knows.
Do you live in a house of just purely Packers?
No, I got one Bears fan.
Okay, you think this is big for you? I'm repping Wisconsin. Oh, Tuesday on the
Tuesday.
show.
Yes, like all of Tuesday.
Yeah, dude, all of
Yes,
Tuesday.
all of
Can't take it
Tuesday.
off.
Like the minute you wake up.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna
You're
be
gonna
next
be wearing
to you.
it too bad.
Well,
You're gonna have to.
All right.
You are gonna have to. I highly doubt that he has.
All
a
right,
Bears
that
jersey
might have been
anywhere. You
the
are gonna have
longest
one.
NFL segment. I'm sorry for everybody, but we had a lot to talk about. Let's head
Oh
on over
my
to baseball.
gosh.
Liam,
Baseball.
I'll let you have your fun. So, baseball, the World Series is over with.
Thank God.
But
Thank the Lord.
to start out, since we ended off last week, it was during Game 4, which at that point the Yankees were winning. They ended up winning 11-4 in a huge victory for them. Kept their hopes alive. The Yankees fans were kind of acting like fools during this one. During the first inning, there's fan interference with a catch by Mookie Betts. It was still ruled out. The two fans that kind of got
Yeah,
in the way.
because I mean, they literally took the ball out of his glove.
He pulled it out of his glove, and it was
New
Don't worry,
York,
guys.
baby.
It's fine. It's fine, guys. He's a Yankees fan. It doesn't matter if anyone else does it, but it's
Yeah, who's that guy for the Cubs that's been living in hiding for the past like 26 years?
Steve Bartman.
There.
Yeah.
The two fans that were involved in that were banned from Game 5, which oddly enough, one of them was good friends with Gronk in college.
They were
He
friends.
played on the Arizona hockey team, like the Arizona college hockey team.
Gronk did? Or
No,
this guy?
this guy, the guy that got the guy that pulled the ball out.
Really?
Not kidding
Spoerl.
you.
Wow.
It's crazy. And during the 8th inning, they did their Stand Up for Cancer tribute, I think every single season they've done it. A fan was yelling at Freddie Freeman that he sucks, and he bleeping sucks, I should say.
But Freddie Freeman doesn't suck.
Doesn't
That's
suck.
just
That
like
was
true.
an
just
invalid-
factually
He doesn't
incorrect.
suck. And also during this time, he was honoring his mom, who died of skin cancer
Wow.
when he was
Oh.
10.
Unreal, dude.
Wow.
And Freddie was holding a sign with her name on it. So, not a great look out of Yankees fans. Good work, guys.
Are we surprised at that though in any capacity?
Just stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Yankees.
Hey, let Cowboys fans Yankees fans have their fun.
Yeah, Lakers fans.
Yeah, Lakers
Bama
fans,
fans. My bad.
Dodgers fans.
the Yanks.
Actually, that would
the Yanks.
So,
The Yanks.
the Yankees ended up winning that game, but Game 5, complete turnaround. The Dodgers win 7-6. The Yankees blew it hard.
The worst fifth inning
Oh,
that you have
5-0
ever seen in
lead
football.
heading into the 5th.
Holy
and gave up a
schmoly.
5-run inning into the 5th inning.
It was awful.
Garrett Cole did not cover first base. Anthony Rizzo had to try to cover himself, and he did not get to first base with 2 outs. If they got the out, they would have saved how many
They
runs?
might
Lot of
have probably
mistakes,
won that
lot of
game. Yeah.
mistakes.
The Dodgers kept it close until they took the lead in the top of the 8th, and then Walker Buehler came into the 9th, struck out Alex Verdugo to win it all. So Dodgers win the World Series for the first title since the 2020 season.
Boo.
Freddie Freeman was named World Series MVP. The Mickey Mouse ring and Dave Roberts overmanaging jokes are over, sadly. But
So the COVID year ring we can't argue against it.
No, we
anymore.
talked about that last week. Yeah, I know.
sad. LA celebrates this by setting a bus on fire and breaking into stores.
Yeah, LA. Woo!
12 people arrested during celebrations after the World Series ended.
That is just
So,
kind of how cities celebrate their
Look at,
championships.
Not
yeah,
all
look at
cities.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, though.
Philadelphia's crazy. So what's next for the Yankees? Does Soto re-sign with them or go somewhere else? Sources say he could go to the Dodgers. God help us all. Will they be back next year? Who knows? Man, there's nothing good in this life.
No cap space.
And when did they announce manager of the year?
We'll get to that pretty soon sometime. Last week, we asked the question of, will the series be over before this video gets even released on Thursday? And the answer is, yes, it did.
Dude, literally-
the Dodgers won already by Wednesday night.
Did you
so
see my
that was
editor's
awesome
note
timing.
in it? Did you watch that? It said, yes, it did.
Great timing. So that's all I have from the World Series. But a couple other news. The White Sox hired a new manager. Will Venable is the new manager of the Chicago White Sox.
How do you feel about it?
I love it.
As we know, the White Sox finished with a terrible season,
What?
finishing
They
with a 121 losses
Man, I don't.
to set a modern day record.
I don't remember that happening.
It didn't happen, guys.
Don't
Definitely didn't
believe
happen.
what the media tells you.
So Will Venable, his kind of resume, he played for 9 years in the MLB for the Padres, Rangers, and Dodgers. He retired after 2016, became a special assistant for the Chicago Cubs. He transitioned to a base coach for the Cubs for a couple years. Went to the Red Sox staff as a bench coach for about a year. And then most recently was a special assistant to Bruce Bochy for the Rangers for the past 2 years. So Will Venable, I don't know, he's an okay player, but we'll see how he is as a head coach or a manager. In other news, Salvador Perez won the Roberto Clemente Award. It's awarded to a player whose humanitarian efforts exemplify the off-field services of a normal player. He's the first Royals player to ever win the award, and he was awarded for his work across Venezuela and Colombia. So good for him. And some other awards that are announced, the Gold Glove winners were announced a couple days ago. Bryce Turang and Sal Frelick both win their first Gold Glove awards, which were totally deserved. Blake Perkins also nominated. He finished probably like third, I don't know. They didn't give him enough credit for his defensive play. And Dalton Varsho Blue Jays center fielder also won his first Gold Glove.
Hey, shout out your second favorite team.
Yes, he's a native of Marshfield, Wisconsin. So shout out Dalton Varsho.
Hey.
And the executive of the year was also announced yesterday. So Monday it was announced. Matt Arnold, Brewers senior vice president and GM, was named executive of the year. Made a lot of great moves in the offseason despite the way things had looked going into it. He named Pat Murphy head coach.
Already won with that. I mean,
Signed Churio to a huge deal. Acquired Brian Hudson and Jared Canning in the offseason. Signed Rhys Hoskins. Got Joey Ortiz and DL Hall. And the Brewers clinched the division title early in September. And also he had a couple other big midseason trades. So it's a bright future ahead with Matt Arnold. Hopefully it continues for the Brewers. And some more awards will be announced this week. I think Platinum Glove is, towards the end of the week. Silver Slugger is next week. And there's a lot of awards being announced on the 14th of November. That's all I have for MLB.
Nice. Matteo, would you actually like to give us the NBA update today?
Yeah, I can do the NBA update. So,
As a partial Bucks fan, I guess.
well, Bulls. But yeah, I don't hate the Bucks.
There you go.
All right.
I do right now.
So, 2 weeks into the season. So here's what's happened. Cleveland and Boston still ahead in the East. Cavs are 8-0.
Dude, it's so
Boston
weird.
7-1. Yeah, Cavs being 8-0 is definitely interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Thunder.
LeBron back to
Thunder's
the Cavs.
Thunder are rolling. What do you say?
LeBron back to the Cavs.
Shut up.
Cleveland.
Thunder, Warriors, and Suns are ahead in the West. Thunder are also undefeated. at
Yeah,
7-0.
they're rolling right now.
Yeah. Bucks. Ooh, sore subject here, but Bucks have been struggling very, very, very badly. 1-6 on the season. Giannis and Dame balling out,
Dude.
but currently at the bottom of the East. And sorry guys, really disappointing
I
start.
said at the start of the season it was conference finals or bust, and I really don't feel
Well,
like
No.
hey man, you don't think? I mean, come on, it's Doc
Rough
Rivers.
start early.
He's a great coach.
See, this is okay. I'll be honest, because when we fired Griff, I was like, I didn't know what to think about it
when
because
they fired Bud, I had no idea what to think about it.
no, that one I could kind of. Griff was a little weirder to me because
In
the
the middle
reasons
of
I
the
kept
season.
hearing was they were losing the locker room.
Yeah.
But at face value, like look at the team where they were. It was like
They were 30 and
at least
13.
maybe I'm using too much of my football brain, but you fire a head coach when everything is just not working out, right, Matteo? Sorry. You would fire a head coach when things don't work. A change needs to happen. At that point, it was his first season as a head coach. They had a winning record, and you fire him. You get Doc Rivers. I think right now.
I'm still in the camp that it was Giannis didn't like him, and God forbid you don't let
I
him do
believe-
something Giannis doesn't like.
Well, yeah, I mean Giannis is by far, yes, best Bucks player in history. So yeah, you got to do. I get that, and I know he was losing the locker room in that sense. But at the end of the day, I just don't believe. I really don't believe Doc Rivers is it. I don't think he's gonna win.
Doc Rivers was not the solution by any means.
No,
and
and
the
he
fact
has-
that they
he-
hired him and said he's going to
Since
win
he's
us
been
a
the
title.
Bucks head coach, he has a losing record. I want to see really.
Well, also
quick.
the Doc Rivers curse. The dude cannot win a final. It's never going
No.
to happen.
Yeah, hold on. With the Bucks,
We should put him on the Dodgers.
Honestly, fair point.
Hey, Doc, you want to switch sports like really quickly just for a year?
Yeah, with the Milwaukee Bucks, Doc Rivers currently is 20-27. So he has a losing record with Milwaukee, and I don't know. I didn't love the move. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So, in Alex Proctor news, Dallas is 4-3.
Hey.
So
Not
decent.
bad.
Chicago 3-4. I can talk about this for an hour, but we'll just move on.
How's Kobe White doing?
He's Kobe Whiting. Vucevic is actually having a good year, but he's not. Don't let that fool you. It's fake. He's the
good.
worst rim protector in the
He
league.
was good in Orlando.
He drops 25 and 10 a game. Don't look at
Liam,
stats,
you got him
kids.
going.
I got him going.
Don't look
Okay,
at
we'll
stats,
move
kids.
on. He's not good. He's not going to win us anything. Okay. In-season tournament starts next Tuesday, so we all have a chance to win something here, huh? What a great.
I've been opposed to that gimmick. I think it's stupid. I'm not a
Court
fan.
looks cool.
It
You
does.
just hate everything. You just hate everything
No,
all the
not
time,
at all.
man. You just
Not
hate
at all.
everything.
I-
You do. No, that's fine. That's
No, you're more cynical than I am. I don't want to hear
About
it. Hey,
what?
I forgot to mention this. Packers are still winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously. But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
like, what am I cynical about?
Literally everything.
literally. Like
Name one thing.
Hockey.
hockey.
In what regard?
You've said
Every
several
other team
times.
besides yourself.
is terrible, and that's just a fact.
You,
Just keep rolling.
dude,
dog.
you called my dog ugly.
I don't remember.
Liam,
that.
what?
I don't doubt that it happened.
All right.
All right.
That's messed up.
So plenty of time left though for both the Bulls. I mean, Bulls are doing decent, but for them, but plenty of time left for the Bucks. I mean, I think.
Yeah,
they're
I know
gonna
it's
bounce
early,
back.
but
So Paul George made his debut with the Sixers on
Yes.
Monday versus the Suns. Finished with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, but 1 for 7 from 3.
yeah.
So, college basketball also started this week and highlighted by Cooper Flagg with his first start at Duke.
Yeah.
If you don't know Cooper Flagg, he was the one who played with Team USA last summer in the Olympics. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And-
like really highly rated.
Yeah,
too,
very
out of-
much so.
coming out of high school.
Big prospect.
Badgers, they struggled against Holy Cross in the first half, but eventually came back and won 85-61.
Yes, sir.
Missouri transfer John Tanji
I think
with
that's how you pronounce it.
23 points.
Tanji.
Team might have fallen off hard, but
What?
Yeah. They almost lost to River Falls.
I feel like if Platteville played in that game,
Dude, when you posted that score on your story, I like rubbed my eyes for a second. A D1 basketball program versus a D3 basketball program, and it was a 12.
And not to discredit River Falls, they're a good team.
They're good, but
But if-
at one point, it was a 3-point
Three-point
difference.
And
That is nuts.
I feel like if Platteville played that game, either that score is this close or Platteville comes away with that win.
That's scary. If I'm a Badgers basketball fan,
And if
I'd be
if-
like,
I gotta
okay,
be
so the
scared.
Badgers men's team, this has been going on for I want to say 20-ish years. This exhibition between the WIAC teams and the
Oh,
Badger
yeah,
men's hockey team, or basketball team. Sorry, excuse me.
yes.
I feel that if Platteville played that game, it would have been the first time that a WIAC team has ever beaten the Badgers.
Yeah.
Because so far the Badgers are 20-0.
Well, but that should be obviously taken like as a guarantee.
But if that happens, if I'm a Badgers fan, I've watched that happen. This is not good.
No.
Yeah, it's
Obviously.
And I mean, they almost lost to Holy Cross until they decided that they just wanted to lock in all of a sudden for no reason, basically.
See what they do later this season.
roll dogs.
Well, dogs.
Real dogs.
Do we think the Badgers will make the tournament this year?
No,
Probably not.
Probably not.
no, I don't like. I think they make the NIT, and if they lose in the NIT, I mean, if we don't make the tournament, Greg Gardner's getting fired.
But I do also like Marquette basketball team, so if they'll probably.
That's true.
I believe they'll make it.
Yeah.
But like, if the Badgers do not make the NCAA tournament, they don't make March Madness, Greg Gardner gets fired. That'll be his
Probably.
Should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Who do, or so really early season projections or predictions, I should say.
UConn 3-peat.
Who's
Calling
winning
it.
it all?
Might
Yep.
be fair. UConn's really good.
I'm not as into college basketball as I should be, so I actually have no clue.
I get a lot more. Oh, sorry.
Kansas is ranked number 1 right now.
I'll take Kansas.
They
Shout
look-
out my boy
they
Max
look-
Elise Jr.
No.
Shout out, yeah, really good guy. They just beat, I think it was Howard University yesterday, which Badgers legend AJ Storr played.
I just forgot about Purdue for a second. What was his name? That's how much I don't care
Zach
about.
Edey?
There, yeah. He finally got to a league where they call his foul balls. Finally. He get fouled out in his first game, and he's not doing well because they finally got to a league where they call his elbows.
Yeah,
Good. And I wish that
Yes.
I could care about that, but I don't because Zachy, we all said it was going to happen.
I hate their colors in their uniforms. This is a
Purdue?
personal thing. Yeah. It's so gross to me.
But just the gold.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that'll take us into unless you had anything else.
Oh no, nothing much. Just at this point, premium flavor of the month kitty cocktail is really good.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Every month.
Marketing.
There you go. All right, Liam. Let's wrap it up with the NHL update
All
to
right.
finish the show.
You're going to get kind of sort of energetic, but I'm also sick, so we're going to do as best as I can.
Get hyped.
You are sick, dude. You're really sick.
I am sick. Thank you for noticing, Matteo. Panthers at 9-3-1. They are still leading the Atlantic. That's crazy. The Maple Leafs still in third. They are playing without Austin Matthews right now against the Bruins.
They're up 2-0.
2-0
Yeah.
in the second period. So
screw
congratulations.
I hope they lose and we cut back to that.
That would be very funny. It's a race to the bottom between the Canadians and the Sabres. They're both at 4-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both pretty bad right now.
Hey, we'll come back.
We'll come back. Devils solidly in front.
Boom.
Never thought that would happen in a million years.
That's crazy.
The Blackhawks didn't finish my thought. I think they're also 4-7 right now.
Yeah, they're bad. Along with us.
They're not doing so
Not
hot. Kind of
awful.
Bedard, still a dog, but like
Hey, they're not last.
They're not last. That's all that matters. The Jets came out of nowhere. Nobody saw that happening. Nobody saw the rebuild taking place. They have only lost one game, and it was to the Maple Leafs. They're 11-1, and they're unstoppable, it seems like. Golden Knights solidly in first place in the Pacific. They haven't really played good-ish teams since the last time we talked about them, so they've just kind of cruised over it. The Sharks, they only have 3 wins. They're in full tank mode.
They're poo-poo.
And it took them 8
Poo-poo
games
caca.
to get to that first win. They have beaten Utah in their first season. The Utah Hockey Club, the Kings, and the Blackhawks. How do you lose to the worst team in the NHL in like a decade?
Oh, do you not know the Chicago way?
No.
When we go for something, we go for it. We're going for the worst record possible.
Just across
We're going
everything.
back to back.
He's a White Sox man.
He knows the pain.
Nothing can possibly
Embrace
hurt this man, like ever. Nothing can hurt him.
No, hey, if anything, it's made you resilient.
Yeah. You were alive for the worst thing ever
I was
to
gonna
happen
say,
to
what
a
doesn't
team.
kill you makes you stronger.
Well,
Doesn't kill you,
Shut up.
Moving on. In tank mode, 1-7. I think that's up to 1-8-2 now. NCAA hockey, they returned over the last. I don't know why I have not updated that. It's been 4 weeks of NCAA hockey. Badger women's hockey still undefeated. We might legitimately see the first D1 undefeated season. Like I'm being so
You
serious.
believe that?
I believe that wholeheartedly.
That's crazy.
I think that at the most they finished this season with 5 losses. At the most,
They're really good.
Who-
they're
they-
really good.
Who'd they end up sweeping?
Everybody, they've swept every single team so far. They're undefeated.
I was trying to transition you because it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
My
they-
bad.
they-
That's my bad.
They swept a ranked St. Cloud team, the WCHA Good Hockey Conference, 5 consecutive weeks as the #1 team in the nation.
we're old dogs.
Moving on to the Badger men's hockey team.
Said roll dogs. I was about to say it. I'm like, he's talking about Wisconsin.
They're
or the
getting
Badgers.
better.
Badgers men's
Smiley
hockey.
face. They finally snapped the losing streak at 5 games,
There you
2-6 on the season now. They split with #2 Notre Dame.
Okay.
They will face #3 Minnesota at home
I
this
hate
Friday.
Minnesota sports team, so hopefully they beat
They're-
them.
for the border battle. They're calling it a whiteout. I will not be there for that one. You know, we do have Pointer hockey games this weekend.
Absolutely.
I'll be in attendance for.
We'll be there.
And I think that's, by the way, this is my favorite jersey of all time. Please bring it back. That is all I've got for hockey.
I think that's all we have today for the show. Thank you, everyone. Just Will helping out today in the fishbowl.
Yeah, Will Spreeman.
Yeah. Shout out also to Matteo coming on in, and
Yeah.
from all of us at SportsPoint, we'll see you next time.
Roll dogs.